Recording. It says busy. Okay. It's flashing. Should be good.
What?
Welcome to this week's episode of Macgasm TV. I'm your host, Brennan Schnell, and he is...
Luca Fiore.
Who's also a host. We have some wonderful products this episode to talk about.
I am a host, and he is also a host.
Welcome to the host.
We are hosts together.
So we have some cool products to talk about, and we have a wonderful app that saved Luca's ass.
Yes.
So first, let's talk about some What was that? Don't ever make that gesture ever again.
I don't know what I did. I'll review it later. I'm not sure what I did.
So first up, we got some products. Let's talk about them.
Sure. Okay. These can be found on a site called Digital Juice, and please excuse me if I mispronounce it, but the Geotos.
Geotos?
Yeah, I'd say Geotos.
Yeah.
This is a suction mounting system for cameras, for lights, or for any other photography or videography accessories you can think of. They are exactly what you think they are. They suction cup to most flat surfaces, and they work. They work really, really well. I'm really trying here, guys. And to remove them, it's quite easily done. There's two tabs on them. You just release one, and air gets through it, and there it is. Gets off.
It gets off.
It gets off. Now, when I was getting this originally, I thought that like the suction mounting system was an interchangeable thing that you could okay, so you had the suction cup, but you could also put a tripod mount, or you could put the light baby pin or the articulating arm, and they were all just for one suction mount that you could interchange. But they have 3 different ones for it. It's whether it's redundant, whether that's good, that's bad. I guess that's up to you. I like having all 3 separate, but if you just wanted the one and just interchange that, I could also see people wanting to do that as well.
Yeah. So when we first started playing with them, we were trying to suction cup them to roofs, and we were talking about putting them on cars, because a lot of people in movies and even in photos now are mounting things like this to your car and putting a GoPro on it.
Yep.
And then
or a
shooting
LED
like that.
light, just as an eye light or something like that.
That's right. Our only concern that we had with that was if you mount this to a car and you pull on it, is it going to ruin your car?
Oh, like is it going to dent it?
Yeah.
Absolutely, it will. But the thing is like stuff like that won't be permanent damage. It's just gonna pop back. Like I say that, but viewer discretion advised.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah, because it could theoretically happen where it could dent the car. But that being said, every time I've done it, it just kind of popped back into place.
So you have mounted this to your car?
Yeah.
Where on your car?
Roof. Done a little bit from over top, just kind of like gliding down the street. Yeah.
I'm going to do that this weekend.
Do it.
I'm going to leave my car on. Yep, doing it.
Cool.
I got an idea. So, and then we mounted this the roof, and we were trying to hang off of it. Once again, kids, I wouldn't recommend trying this at home.
Now, when I first saw this, I thought for sure that this was a standard Manfrotto tripod plate.
Are you talking about the quick release plate?
Yeah, exactly. Because I looked at it, it's oh, that's gonna be great because all of my gear is Manfrotto is just the same Manfrotto quick release system, so I can quick release from my tripod or my slider right onto this thing, and it'll be just fine. However, this is a little bit thicker than a traditional Manfrotto.
It's a Geodos plate.
I know, but
head, so obviously.
I know, but it would have been nice. I know that they're probably not allowed to, or
well, no, they could, because they could just take a Manfrotto head, like I have down there, and mounted it to their little suction cup plate. But instead, they use Geodos products. So obviously the Manfrotto plates aren't going to work with.
Yeah, I know. It looked like it, so I thought, oh, that's going to be awesome. But this is nitpicking.
And then the only other thing that I could say after looking at this one, I wish the ball head could come off. I wish that.
Then
you
again, like
the
that, you could make the same complaint about all of these, whether
right.
that's an interchangeable system. But that's clearly what they wanted to do was like you've got a tripod, you've got an articulating arm, and
But it would have been amazing if you could buy this suction cup plate system, and they would sell you this as a package if you wanted.
Yep.
But if I could just take my ball head and screw it on, or like
Yep.
you said, I could take my adjustable arm and screw it on.
because I own one of these
Just
already.
the arm.
Yep.
That's right.
All right.
So-
yeah, that's
What do these run cost wise?
give or take. I think this one's the most expensive, and I believe this one's the least expensive. The
Yes.
dollar amount escapes me, but it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. You're paying for quality. This is, I think, over $100.
Plus, you get the ball head.
Yeah.
But this is just like basically the pin. You can mount a light.
And that's it.
softbox or something to
It's the most basic one. Anyway, moving on.
So that's it for these wonderful products. Now tell us how you almost lost everything and then recovered everything.
I wouldn't say everything. Yeah, maybe I'd say a lot. It's basically I had issues with a hard drive that just decided to just stop mounting and stop spinning, and for that matter. So Josh recommended a piece of software called Disk Drill, and I gave it a try, and lo and behold, it worked. Now that being said, I have very little experience with data recovery. So, and all of a sudden, I understand why this is such a costly procedure, just because it takes a long, long time to do. And when you're recovering a 2 terabyte drive, you need a bigger drive. So in this case, like I happen to be able to borrow a 3 terabyte drive in order to recover a 2 terabyte drive, and then once that's backed up and like made into its own disk image, then you have to go through the process of finding each of those files. And obviously your folder structure system is completely gone, so it's just like file1.mov, file2.mov, or whatever like that. Anyway, it worked very, very well. I didn't recover like everything, but I recovered almost everything. I was very impressed with that. And lesson learned about redundancy is a good thing. And another lesson is don't throw out your hard drives because they have at least a 3-year warranty on them. So just RMA that shit and they'll send you another one.
Bam!
$120 well saved.
Bam!
Yeah. That being said, I like it so much that the guys at Disk Drill, in fact, offered to have some sort of coupon code for us, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. And that's 20% off. So what once was $100 is now $80.
So that was the only product you've used so far to recover your data? You haven't used anything else?
It was the first one that I saw. It was the first one I used, and it was the first one that worked for me. Unless you've got.
Well, I always I run apps and stuff that are backing my stuff up to hard drives, so I have copies of copies.
I guess this was the actual data recovery portion, and not so much like the redundancy portion of it.
Yeah. So what I'm assuming what it does is it does command lines and recovers up to the point where it's your files are corrupted and then goes from the back to the starting to. So that's why you lost a couple files in between, because there was probably corrupt data in there somewhere.
Yeah, I assume as such, because what's the likeliness that I can recover everything off of that?
That's right. So what does that run?
That's $100, but with our coupon code, it's 20% off, so it's about $80 then.
And you can find them at
diskdrillpro.com. And if that's incorrect, then that's on the bottom of the screen as well.
Luca's always incorrect.
Well, whatever. I don't have to remember these things. It's written in text right in front of you guys.
Cool. So that's it for this week's episode. Check out some mounting stuff for your camera gear.
Yep, this is from digitaljuice.com.
And data recovery. Always back up your data. You never
Always
have
back
enough.
up your data.
Backups. Backup. You can find us online at twitter.com/Macgasm, Google Macgasm. We see it every week.
YouTube.
Continue to just
Yes.
use Google. Use Google. You can find me now at twitter.com/Brennan Schnell. I changed my handle.
Amazing. And I'm still twitter.com/Valkaline.
Boring. That's it. Have a good one.